Happy Saturday, guys. It's me, Curiosity Trader. Just go over the monthly recap for May. What an absolute month it has been. Not that many trades to go over, but I'm just gonna go over where I'm at in my trading process. Once more, the point of these is just to track or towards the state of consistency. Okay, and again, being transparent is what I'm all about, and that's why I highly encourage you to please check out the website. Again, I don't want to confuse anyone. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a person who's obsessed with this. And this past month, not that many trades. I mean, overall, I believe it was 14 trades. Because I did take the last 2 weeks off, but lot to learn from, lots to gain from. Again, I highly encourage you to track every trade, because success leaves clues, right? And you learn the most from. I wouldn't say you learn the most from your losers, but focus on your winners too. And whenever you focus on what you done right. And I'm not saying to ignore your losers, but total this month was roughly down $400. Not that big deal. Because again, only 14 trades. I didn't trade that much the last 2 weeks, simply because I took the last 2 weeks off, which you should know because I did a recap blog post on the website on that one. But overall, in total, I'm kind of in a drawdown right now. As you can see here, for the past 90 days, I've been trading since February, late February, so about what is it, March, April, 3 months now. I'm down roughly $500. I'm not sure why TraderView is different than Profitly. I'm not sure if there's anything. I import the same way, but Profitly shows me down much more. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at it sometime, but total on I import the same details on TradingView and via Profitly, and on Profitly it shows me down roughly $800. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. But who knows? I don't know. But again, everything's tracked, right? Everything's cataloged. But let me just go over the stocks which I traded this week. And before I begin, please make sure to check out on the website. I am starting to upload these on bulk on the video archive section. Instead of the videos being embedded within a blog post, this video, which when you're watching right now, is going to be uploaded in the archive section. And these are going to be the videos from May and beyond, okay? Because I'm not going to post. I mean, if you don't believe me, I have tons of videos that I've made from a year or so ago, and the ones on here are just going to be from this point and beyond. Like for instance, right now I'm uploading a live trade, not a live trade, but market action with TOS Morning Panic. So please make sure to watch that one. But I have tons and tons of videos that if I were to try to upload them, it would take me forever. I have 350 videos of myself just talking, and no one watches them. But I assure you, one day it's going to be worth it. But I do intend to post these very soon. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. But very soon, okay? And this goes all the way back towards freaking February of 2018. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, stay tuned for that. But otherwise, please make sure to check out the archive section. I was dead on with the commentary that I posted about Mark and Mark and TOSS having morning panic launches. We'll go over those in a minute. But first, let's go over the monthly, what I did right and what I did wrong this past month. Overall, this past month, I've been kind of experimenting with short selling. Again, as a trader, your job is to go both, go long and short. But understand you have to find which one works for you. Always get the question, what is the magic formula in the stock market? And in reality, there is none. You have to find what you're good at. Find one or two things, 1, 2, or 3 patterns you're good at, and exploit them. Then until you master those, broaden or expand. One moment. Yeah, so as I was saying, focus on your niche as a trader, and like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I found it mine because I'm not. I'm still testing. That was really the trades I make in the beginning means nothing. Okay, that's very hard to understand. But the trades that I make now, yes, they matter, but it means nothing in the long run. It's all learning tuition. Okay, I mean, this past month, great gains, but again, I'm having big losses. 203, that's unacceptable. One, I mean, just take those 2 losses away. Okay, if I take those 2 losses away, then my month would not be that bad. Okay, now of course I know what I did wrong on these losses. Like for instance, on cracks, I on this one was freaking buying midday. Look at this. I was buying midday, buying at the top. This is going long here, okay? I mean, if I went short here, it would be great, okay? But you don't do that, and I deserve to lose. I mean, I put it in my commentary, midday trap. I mean, do I want to lose $203? No, but you have to think of your losses as market tuition on Wall Street. Okay, I always say going to college costs a lot of money, right? So why are you going to be upset when you lose money to the market, okay? I mean, in my opinion, a loss is never really a loss unless you learn something from it. So, I mean, am I upset? Not really, because I mean, $200 in the grand scheme of things is not going to change my life. It's just I make more money. I have a full-time job, so I'm fine. But learning from it, I mean, from here on out, I'm no longer going to trade midday. That's one of my things. I'm going to walk away. I really haven't traded midday at all this past month. As you can see, my tags here, only with the corrects, and my other big loss was on TDPH, was a short sell on Friday, which of course I should have known. I was shorting. This was a nice gap reversal pattern. I was shorting into weakness. That's something I'm learning. Right now, I'm currently watching Trading Tickers from Tim McCartney. It's a gift. But no more shorting weakness. I have the short strength. Because, again, it's counterintuitive. If you short weakness, that's the time you want to buy. And when you buy strength, that's the time when you want to sell. Like, for instance, I bought here. I bought the fake out breakout. Now it was a great time to sell. I mean, that would have been a great short sell. I mean, I was shorting it here, covered. Shorting it here, covered. I was just frustrated. This was a nice, another big loss. Because, number one, the first trade was well managed. I stick to my risk. Because my entry point was 210, my risk level was about 220, so I'm fine with that one. But the second trade is whenever I kind of messed up, because that's whenever I revenge traded, and that's something you never should do. I wanted to make the money back. I felt like the market owed me something, and in reality, the market does not owe you shit. So tough loss on that one. But this past week has been kind of, I mean, okay, I say focus on your personality. And for me, I like shorting overextended stocks. Now, what do I mean by overextended? I mean, look at CLSN, for example. These are losses right here, but I made the same mistake on all three of them. Okay, I was on the right track, shorting it. And, I mean, this short is not great. Okay, it's kind of an impulsive short. Perhaps I got lucky. I don't know. But what do I mean by overextension? I mean, an overextension is a stock that has gone straight up without any significant pullback, right? And CLSN is a great example of that one. And I was shorting this numerous times. My first short on this was a great potential profit of right here of $194. Now, what does this position MFE mean? That basically shows your maximal favorable execution price, meaning that if I would have covered into this mess right here, I would have had a nice win. Now, why did I not cover? Number one, I got greedy, as I mentioned. I did not lock in my gains. And that's something I'm working on right now with short selling, is that I need to pay myself into the washes. Because number one, whenever it makes a double bottom, right here, I need to recognize that, and I need to cover. And I can always get back in, okay? I'm trying to go for home runs. Okay? I wanted this to crack 280. It was right here. This day I shorted it into this mess right here, and had a nice gap down, but I failed to recognize the bottom. And I didn't cover. In hindsight, I got out. I mean, yes, I did minimize my losses, because it is. I'm not gonna edit it out. This stock did squeeze to the high of 365, so I mean, I only lost roughly $60 on this one trade, so nothing huge, but it's goes to show you. I mean, yes, I could have shorted that, but again, I was at work during this time, so I was covering my position from work, so I wasn't gonna re-add here. This was a nice parabolic short though. But I got out, and I just need to work on that locking in gains, and that's exactly what happened on the second one. On second short, again, I mean, I left $100 on the table. Shorting it again at 305 into the bounce, and I was expecting a gap down, and we never got that gap down. I was shorting it this day right here, and instead of a gap down, we had a nice perk up. I had a few minutes to cover for a nice gain, but I did not, and that's something I'm working on again, is not locking in my gains with these shorts. Another one was Alt. Alt was one yesterday that should have been a nice winner. It should have been a $162 gain. Okay, the only good takeaway I take from this one trade is that I locked in my gains. Okay, because yet again, shorting into the bounce before the close. This is a nice overextension chart pattern. I mean, right now it's kind of basing well. This is going to be on watch for next week for sure. But nice lengthy chart here. Okay, very choppy. But I was shorting it into this bounce. I watched this bounce. I waited, and I kind of waited to the close. I got short at 805, and we had a nice gap down the next day. And I did not cover into that pull. I did not cover into the washout. Nice gap down. Again, I got greedy. I wanted more. And Victor, you have to lock in gains because you can always get back in. And whenever this based in the 760s, it's not a coincidence. It's basing in 760s. Okay, previous resistance is now acting as support. Okay, whenever it based at 760, that is what led to the massive short squeeze. And again, I did respect my risk level. I did not fight the stock. I mean, yes, I could have. I was short from 805 once more. My risk was 830. Well, my risk was 850. But I could have held because it didn't really hit 850. I could have managed it to get out, but you never really know how high these can go. And at the end of the day, if I would have just held my stock, I would have been a much greater loss because the next 2 days it had a major spike because there's some insider buying on this one. But I'm just starting to see the light with short selling, and I'm not saying that I'm going to set a focus on short selling. No, I'm going to still go long on some stocks. But for instance, on Mark, everyone's trying to short the stock. Now, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when this will collapse. I mean, they do have technology that is sector related with their thermal visioning. But who knows? I mean, everyone's getting their mother's squeeze on this. This has been very trappy. And for sure, I didn't want to short on Friday, but I need this to go higher to have another potential short. Number one, it's very choppy. I don't do well trading choppy stocks. That's just me. But yeah, other than that, I mean, TOSS was a great morning panic on Friday. Well, Thursday, rather. Congrats to those who did buy it. Nice one. I did record it live. That's the one that I'm uploading right now on the website, so please stay tuned for that. And I want you to watch the level 2. Okay, the level 2 is very important because with these OTC stocks, you have to understand that they trade off of hype and off technicals and purely level 2. And if you can't retape, then it's going to be very difficult for you to trade these type of stocks when they collapse. Because again, whenever you want to see a panic, a max panic, you want to see it, the bigger the collapse, the bigger the bounce. That's what the odds say. And it had a nice bottom at what? The low of roughly 16 cents. And I should have went long here. I should have went long. I mean, I don't know how. I probably wouldn't have held the entire way. But I should have went long. I mean, this could have been like I hate doing hindsight trading. But I like to say if. Let's say if I bought at 16 cents. Because that was in my game plan. If you don't fucking believe me. I do have a recap on the blog. In the archive section. Watch this one right here. I said it to a T. I said watch the LSS for morning panic. And I did have it in my watch list. I said 14 cents max panic. And that is what we got. Let's say if I had big balls. I wanted to risk 150. I wanted to buy at 16 cents. Risking 16 cents. I would have risked, let's see. Always go to past levels. Probably risk, I don't know, 15 cents? No. Probably 15 cents a penny. I'm not going to say it. Probably a penny. I don't know. Maybe a penny. Right? What if I risk 200 bucks? It's a good trade. 20,000 shares and I sell at 18 cents. Well, 3 to 1 ratio is 19 cents. And this one's at the high of 26. So that's quite impressive. I mean, this one's at the high of 26. That's what? Roughly $2,000 from bottom to top. Now, I'm not saying I would have held the entire way. That's one thing I'm going to be focusing on and going along is morning panic. So these do have great account movers. But it's kind of tough with being under the PDT because with PDT you have to have a great entry because you can't really re-add or cut your loss quickly with these balances because if they fell very quickly. But that's that one. I mean, other than that, that's really it for the monthly recap. Not that much to go over. I mean, the game plan is simple for next month. Is just to focus on shorting overextended stocks and dip buying morning panics. And I'm still going to go long. Ideally, try to focus on low float runners. But as well, I just want to focus on shorting these overextended stocks. But risk reward wise, I'm going to be risking about 120 for shorting, and same for going long. Um, so we'll see. Again, I try to have a specific risk threshold within my trading. And of course, I'm not really a great long bias trader, but that's something I'm working on right now. It doesn't mean it can't be developed. Yes, it can. It takes time. Um, but yeah, that's really it for the week or the end of May. And just gotta focus on what I'm good at and eliminate what I'm bad at. And I mean, I'm not mad that I'm down on my trading career. It's only been 3 months. And remember, you have to remember, the greatest trader transparently, Tim Gratani, traded for 9 months and he didn't make any money. So I'm only 20, and plus next week's my birthday. So if we make it this far, next week's my birthday. So I don't know. I'll be 21, and we'll see how it goes. But other than that, next week I'll be back full time. Not full time, but I do have a full time job. But I'll be doing these every week and just focusing on what I'm good at. But again, the game plan's simple. Go into every trade with the why. You always want to know why you enter a trade. Okay, don't just trade for the fun of it. Don't just trade for boredom. Trade to profit. Trade to learn from. Trade to build your knowledge account. And always ask why. Always go into a trade risk first. Always ask what is the worst case scenario. Because again, that's one thing I'm working on. I've been noticing that I've been checking my P&L, and that's something you should never do. Don't trade your P&L, trade the chart. Okay, the money will come the money will come as an afterthought. Okay, focus on the trade, and the money will come as an afterthought. Don't focus on the money will come as an afterthought. And this past month has been very volatile, thanks to many of new traders who come into this game because of the current environment which we are in. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. I mean, it's massive opportunities left and right. But again, I'll be at work, so I only get to trade a few days, probably like Friday, and that's fine. I mean, you don't need to trade every day with a small account. Okay, I'm not upset. I'm kind of blessed because if we can understand, if I can't grow a small account, what makes me think that I'm going to be able to grow a large account? I'm not going to. But I don't know. Other than that, happy May, and I'll see you in June.